Okay, everybody, just fired up the music and we're gonna get started again, doing some more programming. My name is Rick and we're gonna continue maybe close out the game. I'm really starting to get into the idea of doing Wordle, but yeah, we're gonna finish this up here. Just a few random thoughts. Let me first introduce the background music, which I just see is crank it down just a little bit more. Yeah, it's pretty competitive looking at the levels, but yeah, so the music is again from YouTube, and it's a studio called Freedom Trail. But yeah, so that's the music. Let's play the game and you can see its current state. I'm liking it. See, I'm already, this is pretty good. Warmer, I'm gonna say 60. Oh no, I'm going in the wrong direction. I know that because I'm the programmer. Oh brother. No, wait a minute. Warmer. So I'm gonna say 55. So close. 54. Yeah. So you can see it's pretty good, or to me it's pretty good, because it's a little competitive. You are left guessing. What I want to do is just add a few more snarky comments in the code. Guess count is again following the same logic here. Is greater than 1, and I think this will work. And guess count is less than 3. That's really good. And then if it greater than 3, actually it probably should be greater than 3. Yeah, because one of these has to be the same. Maybe that. Greater than 3 and less than 6. That's really good. That's very good. That's incredible. Now let's make this. That's awesome. You see what we're doing here. We're going to praise the user. That's very good, and actually that's sufficient. We'll compile this thing. And see how far I get here. Now I know what the number is. The back door is this, so if I say 76, 77, 79, you got it. You took 3 guesses. That's awesome. If I do it again, I'm gonna say 25, 26, 27. That's awesome. Oh, wait a minute. I meant to do it differently. So let me do another run to get to the 3 to 6 range. Oh, I gotta guess between 4 and 6. So that's get that last one. 17, 18, 19, 21, 22. That's very good. So you can see that there's a little praise for the user, and it kind of ties the game together. So let's save this. I'm going to save this. Guess my number. What's going on here? I'm going to add. This is another thing. I'm doing my programming in Vim. Creates a swap file. Should just put that into the gitignore. Just put that there. Vim swap file. Jeepers, I already forgot what the file was. .swp. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to add that. Commit. Add vim swap file to gitignore. I think we had another comment on that before, so then we'll just add this last one, which is this piece here. Adds a bit of praise. Now push this up to the GitHub, and one of the things that one of the things that would be cool is if I did the added a little bit more information onto the README. So let's take care of that. Let's just go into the repo, which looks like this. And it's really simple, but I want to add a little bit more information, namely running. Yeah, so that's pretty good, and we're gonna put a cap on this thing. We're gonna put a cap on this thing and actually have it do the focus on Wordle. I've been thinking about it a lot, and I'm going to show you some stuff in a second. But first, let's put this into the GitHub. How to run. And yeah, I think that's pretty good. And I actually don't know if this will update itself. It doesn't look like it will, but if I refresh this, did I push this thing? I didn't push it. So let's push it. I just want to see if it updates. So I pushed it here. I want to see if GitHub maybe has something in the background looking for changes. Yeah, I don't think it does, but that's okay. We'll work that some other time. refresh the page manually. Yeah. Oh, I missed the formatting. Let's fix that. Now, there's a way to do this all in one command, but I'm actually let me see if I can A. Okay. Yeah, you can do this. Adds formatting, so it just saves you a step. I don't mind doing the git add, but sometimes you're typing a lot and you can't stand to type in those 6 or 7 letters to git add. So now I'll do a git push, and now this will have a better formatting. Okay, good. So I'm not gonna spend too much more time on this game. I think if you were to get it, or if I were to program it a little bit more, I might want to learn about or understand this notion of packages more, and set it up so that I can pass in a command line here, package manager, so I can do, like, using multiple source files, I can pass in a function that will make the guessing game be easy using the higher lower hints, or make the guessing game harder using the warm cold hints. I can do that because I can then maybe add arguments, so we can do something like guessing game hard, that kind of thing. Right now it doesn't accept any arguments, so let's see. So that's one of the things that we're going to do with the Wordle one once we get it fired up. Again, I've been reading this offline of here on YouTube, but the more I read it, the more I'm interested to follow the maybe the more formal way. I do want to mention this debugger. It's helpful to know how to use the debugger, and we'll just end the presentation by just going through it. I'm not gonna create this factorial, but I am gonna do this swiftc minus g. When you look at the help, minus G says emit debug information. This is the preferred setting for debugging with LLDB. So when we compile the program with minus G, we can then use the debugger to get inside the program and step through it. It's a very powerful mechanism, and I think everybody who's doing programming should learn how to do that for whatever tooling that they have. It's invaluable to get at the internal behavior of your program. You can use print statements, of course, and that's what a lot of people do in the beginning. I think certainly I did that with BASIC because we didn't really have tools that did that, but yeah, learning to use the debugger is a good thing. And so I'm gonna run the debugger, which is LLDB, and I don't know how to use this debugger in particular, but I do know how to use GDB, which is the old debugger from for C, and this has the same shape. List should print the program. Let's see what it does. It's my computer. Just okay. Is it this? No. Is it this? There. I thought help. So you could say help L. If I do help, so if I do help, this brings back a lot of pages of information. You can see that I should have been able to do both L and list, but the thing I'm going to do is set a breakpoint. That's really the main thing, was to be able to do that. So if I do L, you notice if I do help L, oh brother, let me say help list. No. Okay, so anyway, my old muscle memory for GDB not helping here, but LLDB has a pretty good help. I bookmarked it here, so it should be this page. You can go through this tutorial, and you can see we're going to do a break, or you could see the syntax for doing a breakpoint. And I'm going to do that with the list command. Now I have the program here, so I can say list. It's interesting because there's no real loop here, but I'll put it here in list 18. Break 18, I think is going to do it. No, break. Oh, let me make sure I got this in. Okay, looks like break set mine L. Is that what I'm reading here? Breakpoint set L. Maybe I should rehearse this thing, but I'm gonna try break set L. What was the line number? 18. And then if I do break list, all right, so now if I do a run, 20, and okay, so you can see that when I play the game inside the debugger, what it does is it stops where there's a breakpoint, and we can then examine the system. Normally you can just type the variable you want to print. Well, maybe you have to say print and then the variable. Yeah, so the number that I put in is 20, but now I can get the correct number without going to the back door, which is 95. So I put in 20. Now it'll go through the logic here, and I can then step through it. It's now going to 20. It checks if the number is -99, but it's not. So if I do step again, it goes through this block, and here it's doing print num minus correct number, and that should give a number minus 75, and it's not going to go through any of this, so but it will go through all of these. So you'll see that. See how it's examining every if branch. Then it'll go to that else, and then it'll print that. Yeah, here. Looking, where's the output of this thing? The output is right here. So it's kind of a it's a primitive way to do debugging, but believe it or not, back in the late 80s, early 90s, this was the way to do it, and we liked it. But we have tools. There's Xcode and the Swift environments, playgrounds and such, where it's easier to do this interactively. Like I can go to a listing and just click here that I want a breakpoint. And at my day job, that's all I do. I'm in Visual Studio Code, clicking on breakpoints and stepping through Node.js. But as I said, this series is just to show programming at its most raw. So that's the program. That's a little super brief introduction to LLDB, which is the debugger that you can use for Swift on the command line. What we're going to do next when this series picks up is we're going to try to program Wordle, and we're going to try to make it look like first I'm going to exit this thing. Yeah. We're going to make it look like this. So you're going to enter in a guess. It's going to print this thing here. Then it's going to say enter another guess, and then it's going to print the evaluation of that guess using this mechanism. And if we get our act together, or if I get my act together, I'll be able to maybe put in some, maybe instead of pluses it can be thumbs up, and maybe instead of minus it could be the thinking emoji. I don't know, but there are all sorts of options that we can get to when we do the programming of this. All right, well, thanks again for watching. We're gonna go tomorrow and start Wordle, talking about design and maybe come up with a few sketches in the program. We're gonna also try to use this multiple source files by setting up a package, which I think will set us up for when we finally use Xcode. Yeah, I do have Xcode on this machine, but not really used it, so maybe I'll learn that offline. All right, thanks for watching.